Hi, I am Bruno. I am based in Shanghai and I am managing OneLine in Asia for the last 10 years. In this presentation, I will share with you some of the latest news regarding OneLine digital signage, and I will take this chance also to remind you some of the key features. I will, to do so, use my laptop and share with you the user interface in the CMS so you can see by yourself how easy it is to use those features. What I suggest is we will go now on my laptop to the CMS. I will show you how to log in, how to create a new layout, and preview what we will have done. To access your OneLine CMS, you use your usual browser and you get to the IP address of your CMS. You identify yourself and you're in. We will do from here together a new layout. I add a layout, I give it a name, I select the size of my layout, landscape or portrait, keep it landscape, HD, and I add. This creates the layout. My layout is now created, empty canvas. I add zone. The first zone comes full screen, and I will use it for my background. It's an image, correct. And I will go and manage my playlist. Here, the CMS will automatically give me a default background. To make it simple, I will just give this one. Here I can see the default background in watermark behind my layout. I add more zone. Let's make this second zone as a video. I put it here, I can move it, and I can adjust the size. Well, this is a video zone, so my video file itself is likely to be in a 16:9 ratio. So I can also request the CMS to always keep the size of this zone based on a 16:9 ratio. Now when I do this, if I enlarge, it will automatically keep the ratio. Let's do this. I go in the playlist of this video zone. The CMS will have given me a default video. I may want to remove that one. And now I go in my computer and I have here my own video that I will drag and drop into the playlist. What is happening now is that it's uploading to the CMS. Now my video is in my playlist already. I'm done here. I go back to my layout. I can keep adding more zone. Let's imagine we want to add here a text zone. We call it welcome message. And now I'm going into the playlist. It automatically gives me this box where I can keep my message. And I can select the way I want to show this text. I can show it still or moving, scrolling from right to left. Here I will select that it goes from bottom to top, and I can select the speed. I can select the font. I adjust the size. I pick a color for the text itself. Let's make it white since my background is dark. And I want to change the background of the zone itself to make it transparent, so the text seems to be floating on top of it. I'm done. I go back to my layout and I add another zone. Go here. Let's imagine this one. We want to make it for pictures. So I select here image. I can remove the text, I don't need. And I go to edit my playlist. Again, the CMS will give me automatically a default picture, I remove it. And I go in my computer, my own folder, and I pick the picture I want to put here, upload it, one, the second one. Now that I have two pictures here, I can also drag if I want to change the order. Now I move to my channel page, where I can see my current channel where I am playing my content. I just change it, so I need to publish it. This will send all this new content to all the players in my network that are looking at this channel. So now I will see that content on those screens. But if I want to have a look from my own laptop, I have also the option to use the audition channel. Clicking here will open a window that will act as a preview player. So I will see on my own computer the content that I just created. It will be downloading right now, this content. Here it is. I have my video, my text, and my picture moving here in a slideshow. Very early, OneLand had the feedback from end users that they wish to have features that allow more creativity in their design. OneLand has listened to them and developed smart features such as a full access to transparency from any zone, any type of media. Why is it important? Because it allows to create eye-catching content easily by just combining the usual files such as video, text, pictures, including the PNG file that allow transparency. We can have a look at the way this content is made. First, you have the usual components with a background and different zone for picture, text, HTML clock, RSS feed. But to make it more arty, the designer has here added a foreground, another layer of picture on the top. This is a PNG file that creates windows. And you see the clock, you see the picture through these windows. This allows you to have a clock with a round frame. This also gives you the effect of fade in, fade out for the text, and the impression that the text is flowing behind the jar at the bottom left. With this type of transparency feature, this is easy to achieve and to create beautiful content, easy to update, easy to refresh with new artworks. Another useful feature of OneLand CMS is the capture of content from a web page. It will show in a HTML zone in your layout. You just need to copy-paste the link to your web page, and you will crop to extract the part that you want, zoom it to fit your HTML zone. This brings on the screen the content that will update automatically from the web. This is very good because this is zero cost, and it will be what we call sticky content. Info like weather, stock market, traffic news that people always want to look at. So you get more attention to your overall signage. Another request OneLand heard from end users is to create simplified access to some users with rights restricted to just a few tasks, like updating a text message, uploading media to show in a zone. OneLand allows you to create as many users as you want in your CMS and to tailor their rights and permissions very finely to match the workflow in your team. We have seen that you can create layouts as many as you want, and you can create schedules and channels also as many as you want. So you can do exactly what you want, put different content on different screens at different time. But when you think about it, this means you may need to create a lot of channels, a lot of layouts. And maybe just because they differ only on one item that you want to show here, but not there, or that you want to show in the morning, but not in the afternoon. The fact is that it can quickly become a very big workload. So in most cases, end users give up with the idea of adjusting the content on the screens and end up having the same content everywhere all the time, just because they don't have time to do better. OneLand has been listening to such stories and came with features that we call productivity features. Let's here have a look at the time validity. I have 3 pictures in the slideshow. One is for breakfast special, and I want to show it only in the morning from 6 to 8:30 on the weekdays. I could create 2 playlists, one with a breakfast, one without the breakfast item. But OneLand gives you a better way. In the playlist, I will set the properties of that specific item, the breakfast special. I will request that this item play only on certain days, Monday to Friday, and from 6 to 8:30 a.m. Now I can see in my playlist that this item has an icon telling there is a time validity activated, and it may tell me it will not show now because of the time. And I can see this calendar view where I can see that the last item is playing only for these intervals, while the other 2 items are playing all the time. If I look now at the outcome, when I did this recording, the time was 8:40. So out of my time for the breakfast, you can see that the breakfast item is in the playlist, but is not showing on the screen. Now consider another situation. I prepare this content for all my coffee shop outlets, but not all of them offer free Wi-Fi, so I have to remove that picture in some cases. In the same way, I could have 2 channels, one with a playlist with Wi-Fi, one without. But I can also use OneLand smart feature, the player local information. I will create in the CMS a meta tag. I give it a name, free Wi-Fi. Value can be yes or no. When I set up a player in an outlet, I will set the value inside the player. Yes, if the outlet has free Wi-Fi, no otherwise. In my CMS, I will set the rule for that item. In the playlist, I will go into the setting of that free Wi-Fi picture. And in the play criteria, I will, instead of playing always, select that I play when the free Wi-Fi has the value yes. Once I am done with this, my playlist has the free item with a conditional play on the second item for the free Wi-Fi. When I am in an outlet with the value set as yes in the player, I will get my display to show all the free pictures. When I am in another outlet with a player set with a value no, I will only show the 2 pictures without the free Wi-Fi. Also, both players are receiving the same playlist of the free pictures. When you use LED display, the size and form factor can be anything, not always the usual 4:3 or 16:9. And you have the same thing when you are using one player for video wall, like a 2:3 or 2:4. OneLand offers you the flexibility to set the size of a canvas of your layout according to your actual dimension, and therefore the output of your player. You can customize the size. For example, a long banner similar to a 4K in length but 480 pixels in height can be set, as we see here on the screen. You can set that dimension and you get a layout and a video zone matching that dimension. We have mentioned the advantage of having all the players running in sync, as here in the Dubai Duty Free Airport. But how do we do this? In the playlist, we add a comment that we call a rendezvous point at the beginning of the playlist. The second thing is you need to have all your players looking at the same NTP server, so they are exactly at the same time. In the schedule, you will set a rule that every fixed time, for example here 3 minutes, you will instruct all the players to restart from the top of a loop. So you get all your players getting the information from the NTP and restarting at regular interval, securing you keep in synchronization. I will stop here for the presentation of the feature of digital signage by one line. This is not the full list of features. We could keep going on, but I think this is good for today. Thank you for listening, and I am very happy to answer your questions.